Hey guys, welcome back. This is my review of Inuyashiki episode 5. Finally, we got some justice. So this episode was called Yuko Shishigami, and that is Hiro's mother. So in this episode, we essentially have Choco come to a realization. He realizes that terrible things are happening, but also weird, miraculous things are happening in the hospital as well. So he comes to the conclusion that there must be someone out there like Hiro that's doing the opposite of him, that's actually saving people. And lo and behold, he finds Ichiro and they get into a pact together saying they're gonna stop Hiro together. So they train and they do their thing. Also, we see Hiro going through his own personal issues. His mother, she gets diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. She only has a month to live. It's devastating news for the both of them. And he then vows to stop killing. Interesting. At the end of this episode, though, we don't really get to know if he'll ever actually change because he gets taken, he gets busted, and well, whether or not he gets actually busted, we'll have to wait until the next episode. There are three main scenes that I want to talk about today. The first, let's just get it right out and over with. It's the saddest scene I thought in this episode. And surprising enough, that was the scene with Hiro and his mother. When he finds out that she has cancer, and it really is devastating. To me, like when I saw his tears, I was like, bullshit, crocodile tears. I don't believe him. He has no feelings. He has no heart, right? That scene with his mother, and she's like, I don't want to die. That was such a sad moment. I teared up because I can't imagine being in that position where you know death is right around the corner. She's only given a month to live. She's leaving her son, and as from what we can see, like, she was a single mother because the father started his own life, and so it's just been them two. Never thought I'd have a sad moment with Hiro, but there we go. We had it. I had a little bit of pity for him just because of the mother, not because of him. He deserved this. She doesn't deserve it though. So the second scene I want to talk about is another touching scene, but in like a heartwarming way. And honestly, Choco was really just like the highlight of this episode because he just kept crying. Like every time Ichiro would do something, he's just like, this man is so good. And I'm like, right? I agree. So when he confronts him, Ichiro's like, oh shit, so you know who I am? And then they realize it's because they both know Hiro. And Ichiro's like, I'm gonna stop him. And Choco says, I will help you no matter what. I will dedicate my life to help you stop Hiro. And I thought it was a really interesting moment. Because of course, like, that's his best friend. Like, to what lengths do you think he'll go? And then alternatively, Ichiro, right, he kind of admits, he's like, I'm gonna have to kill him. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to kill him to stop him. And I was surprised that Ichiro had already come to that realization. We see that Ichiro gives out punishment, but he doesn't necessarily kill, like we saw in the last episode with Samejima. So he's actually willing to kill Hiro, and that's incredibly surprising, but I'm very happy to hear. So when they have their pact, I'm like, oh shit, Ichiro got himself a fucking groupie, right? Because this guy was super hyped on him. He was like in awe because Ichiro was doing good things. Honestly, like alternatively, like in the complete opposite vein from Hiro, he's doing really great things. And of course, Choco probably lost all faith in humanity hearing about what Hiro does. And then to find Ichiro, it really is God sent. He is a savior. And like there are moments where when he starts crying because he's like, this man is so good. Like when they go to the hospital and he saves that boy, Choco's just like at the doorway like crying. He's like, this man is so nice. Moving forward in the series, what is going to be their relationship together? Like, will it be like hero and sidekick? Like, it's really interesting to have this like dynamic duo because they both are just genuinely nice people. So I'm interested to see like how cool they'll be together. Will it be like the 1960s Batman and like, you know, Gee Willikers, Robin, you know, like that? I kind of feel like that's the duo they're going to be. And thirdly, the scene that of course got me so super duper happy was the ending, of course, when we see that people just showed up at Hiro's home. She's going down when they show up when you sleeping. And the mother opens the door and they're like, whoa, what's going on? They're like, Hiro, is that your son, ma'am? Okay, we need him to get out of here. And like Hiro fucking tries to jump out the window and escape, and they catch his ass. You see all these people just going to tackle him. end scene, end episode. So we have yet to know if he truly gets captured. My theory is that no, hell no, there's no way he gets captured. We do see in the episode that they say, oh, material witnesses have come out. But then there's a lot of weird and mixed information. In school, there are rumors that like it was Choco and Hiro that killed those group of kids. But then there's also something else comes out about it being an older man. And then there was a moment where Hiro leaves the precinct. So was he one of the witnesses that he gave in fake information? Like, did he testify and say like, oh, I saw this person that was kind of suspicious? So I'm not sure like what kind of clues he's been given, or if there actually is a legitimate witness. Maybe it was Choco that just straight up said something, or maybe it was Ichiro that went to the police. We're not sure. But I don't think he actually got caught for the crimes of murder. I think he got caught for the crimes of money. Why? Okay, why? Because money makes the world go round, and everyone wants their money, and when they start seeing shit disappear suspiciously, that's when they're like, okay, what's happening? So honestly, my theory is that they actually found and caught him based off the money that he's taking from the ATMs, because he is moving a lot of money. And so I think that's more like suspicious, or rings a lot of bells, or brings a lot more people in than just like the murder crimes. A second reason I have that theory is because those people showed up not even in police gear. They were like either they're undercover or they're like official government like agents, but they're not military. And if you think that this guy is obviously armed and dangerous, has killed dozens of people, right? Whether or not you see that you're unsure of what kind of weapon he used, and you would show up with fucking military tactics, I know I would. Unless, of course, what we saw was just like a really small group of people trying to go after him, and really there's like people in like vans and tactical gear like waiting to close in on him. Like, maybe the government is fully prepared to like deal with this situation, but ultimately I don't think that they are. They don't know what he is and what he is truly capable of, unless they really did a lot of research, which it could be possible, but I don't think so. And so like they're not equipped to deal with Hiro, and so he's definitely gonna get away from the situation. And moving forward, obviously we see that he already had that moment where him and Choco cross paths. You know, it's like typical thing they do in anime, where it's like two adversaries, you know, like, or the parting of the ways when they pass, right? And that moment when they passed in the hallway, Choco and Hiro, they didn't even acknowledge each other. That was the end of their relationship. That's how I saw it. It was just a symbolic moment where it was like, that's as close as they'll ever be, and moving forward they will be diverging. They will no longer be meeting. They're just gonna just be at opposite ends. And that's exciting, because of course if we saw Choco's like, I need to take Hiro down, and he's devoted to that cause. And I think moving forward in the series, we're gonna see that Choco's gonna play a really important role for Ichiro. And I'm really interested in that, because it's tough for you to be good alone, right? And I know that may not make a lot of sense, but they always say you need someone to be strong for. And Ichiro doesn't have anyone. Not really, right? And no one knows like what he is and what he's doing. And so now that Choco knows, any fear and reservations that he may have had, he cannot be strong for Choco, because Choco is looking up to him. Choco's like, wow, you're such a good person. Like, and we can do good things together, right? Like, if we help each other out. And so I think that Choco's going to be a really crucial tool for Ichiro to become stronger, to do better, greater and bigger things, and to of course like hone in on his power. So that's gonna be an interesting duo. I really hope that they yeah, I do think they're gonna be like Batman and Robin, like the super cheesy kind, because they're so sentimental. It's so funny. One thing I didn't like in this episode was, of course, we got a little more about Hiro and his family life. We see that like his parents separated, and his father's living like a poppin' ass life. He has a whole other set of kids. You know, having divorced parents when they're young, that could be very traumatizing. But I did not approve that they tried to give him redemption, where there was a moment when he's like, you know what, I'm gonna stop killing. I hate when they do that in these shows. It gets me so frustrated. I don't believe it. Okay, so I don't buy it. Um, when he learned the stuff with his mom, he solved that problem already, right? So she doesn't have cancer, and then now they're not going to be like in like a broke house. They're going to be in a nice apartment in a nicer neighborhood. They're going to have great views. So so he solved that problem as well, right? His mom's not sick, and she can potentially quit her job now. She doesn't have to work. So that still is completely separate from him killing indiscriminately. They don't even relate, not even remotely. So for him to be like, I'm gonna stop killing now, bullshit. I don't believe, not for a hot second, that Hiro would stop any of his behaviors because of his mother or because judgment of her. I don't believe it. Then he would have done it in the first place. Because if it shows that he has such a close relationship with his mom, he would not have done it in the first place. He wouldn't want to disappoint her. So no, I call bullshit on them trying to redeem him. He's irredeemable. He's complete and utter waste of space. So I hope that Hiro gets exactly what's coming for him in the shape and form of Batman and Robin, aka Choco and Ichiro. Because for real, like, Hiro is so calculated that to have an adversary like Ichiro and Choco, like it would be like this huge joke in a way, because like he's so much smarter than both of them. They're just good. That's all they have. Like, they're just good people. But Hiro's like he thinks ahead. Like, this motherfucker like he's manipulative too. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about is how this anime is an all boys club, right? So the women only serve as victims in pretty much every episode we've seen so far. So what I'm hoping for is that, one, they introduce like legitimate characters that are female, right? And they play a part into the story. But I think one way they may do it is through dating, and I'm kind of hoping that, right? The reason I'm saying that is because we saw that this episode Hiro got confessed to. So that young woman, I think they just spent too much time on her for her to be nobody, right? That's just my theory again. And I'm wondering if she's going to be his Misa to his Laito. So for any Death Note fans, you know what I'm talking about. But there was a moment when she was watching Hiro when he picked up the phone, and they showed that there's no fucking phone. He's just like talking into his hand. And I wasn't sure if she saw that, but she is observant. She kind of seems that way. And I'm wondering if she's gonna be his down ass bitch. I'm wondering because like she confessed, and he's like, okay, cool, thanks, right? And then that's it. What if she's persistent, and like what if he is on the run? What if she manages to find him, or what if he contacts her? Like, there could be so much there, and I'm really wondering if she could be his accomplice. That would kind of be sick. I would really like that, because of course we also saw that he dissed her. He's like, oh yeah, you're pube head, that's what people call you. And then she's like, yeah, I guess. But I'm wondering if she can play a bigger role. That's one. Secondly, there was a moment where Choco mentions Hiro's daughter because they are classmates, and he even's like, oh yeah, she's really pretty. Mind you, he said this while they were like 100 feet in the air. I would have been like, oh, she's pretty, huh? Dropped his ass into the sky. Okay, fuck you. Don't even look at my daughter, okay? But he has some nerve to say that shit at that moment. I'm like, he could have dropped you. Like, that shit could have gone wrong in 10,000 different ways. But I guess because Choco's like such a like pure-hearted boy that like Ichiro's just like, yeah, she's very pretty. Thank you. Like, I mean, he didn't respond, but I just thought it was really interesting. So I'm wondering again, because my theory is that she is gonna come into play at some point in this anime, and I'm wondering if maybe like, because Ichiro's his hero, what if he falls in love with his daughter, and like, that could be so much there. That would be really sweet. Like, or he could just be pining after her, because she does look like she could be a snob, right? So she's like, oh, this corny kid is like after me. I think there's the potential there for that to be really funny. But again, I am hoping for women to be introduced into this anime and not just be victims and not just be side characters. What would a woman who's that robot thing, what would she do? She could be evil too, like, for all I know, right? Like, I kind of hope she is too, because I want some badass bitches in this episode. in this anime. We haven't got any. Also, I was a little upset that Ichiro did not cry in this episode because I really thought he would cry in every episode, but I think that Choco has taken that mantle from him. So let's see if Choco is gonna be the serial crier from now on, because he does look like the type. So that's my review of this episode. I actually had done a reaction video that I deleted off my GoPro, okay? And so I'm very, very upset. I'm still very hurt over it because I thought I had really good commentary, okay? But I promise I'm gonna try to do that for the next episode, because there's no way really I think I can recover the GoPro at this point. I'm just like devastated. So that being said, there was so much that I had talked about in that video as it happened that like I just feel silly bringing it up again. But anyways, that being said, this episode was really good. I really, really enjoyed finally having some kind of like justice, or at least seeing Hito cornered, because honestly someone has to stop him, and we do see that there are steps being taken by Choco and Ichiro, and hopefully they are successful. So let me know if you guys thought that Hito got caught. If it just takes a simple tackle from a few guys, then he really wasn't that formidable to begin with, but I seriously doubt it. So we'll just have to wait until next episode. So until next time, later.